Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for January 25th. As you may know, Microsoft offered lackluster guidance and says that the new business growth slowed in December. So actually called for 50 billion to 51 billion in revenue for the next quarter, while analysts expected 52 billion. So the guidance is slowing down, with Azure heading towards that slowing in growth. The software maker took 1.2 billion charge due to the elimination of 10,000 employees. As we were saying yesterday, be careful because these kind of layoffs are going to not only affect Microsoft, but also the other tech companies that are also laying off employees due to cut expenses. So basically, in summary, earnings EPS 232 adjusted versus 229, so missed on earnings, and on revenue 52 versus 52.9, so also basically more or less also missing, but as expected. But overall, lackluster due to guidance and also slowing in growth. And apart from that, today Microsoft got impacted with an outage that affected Microsoft Teams and Outlook. This not only affected my personal job, honestly, but also thousands and hundreds of thousands of other companies that use these kind of services from Microsoft. So after the earnings, having this kind of outage, this is not doing well for Microsoft. So let's see how the market reacted, because Microsoft, after yesterday's earnings, the first kind of move, it went straight up almost 5%. But once I think the investors digested all the news and read the report, it gave up everything. And not only that, this 5% went lower and lower and lower, and we gapped down quite heavily today in pre-market. We were opening 2.21 in the red. So be careful, because Microsoft has a lot of bearish sentiment since the high yesterday in after hours until the open. It gave up 8.75%. So, well, sometimes you need time for digest the news. But look at this, Microsoft opened lower, and we were honestly super oversold on the 30-minute chart and the 50-minute chart. Look at this. This was a huge amount of selling, and after the open, I was honestly expecting this kind of move. I was watching this descending trend line break into consolidation and then high of the break. We got that. So that was quite a nice move. We got that, we consolidate below, and we started going higher. And look at this. Trend lines are super powerful. Ascending triangle into this bullish momentum, honestly. We are right now trying to push higher and to finish in the red. Still, Microsoft is minus 1.15% in the red, but since the open, we are 2%. So this is due to the huge gap down that Microsoft got after earnings, but this is looking quite good. If this was not gapping down pre-market, Microsoft would be like 2% in the green. So huge moves from the lows. And if we check the daily, look at this. This 233, 232 level is going. Bulls are taking it. Is being bought up. So be careful, because Microsoft is not yet done. It's only a matter of time for people to start thinking, okay, guidance is important, but maybe in this kind of situation, Microsoft is not doing that bad. So be careful with that and adjust your expectations. The rest of the Nasdaq, Apple quite weak. It took more time to break this descending since the open. Minus 1.7767 in the red today for Apple, and Google, Amazon are also in the same. So everything is quite weak today. Actually, Nasdaq, if we check the open, it was also gapping down after Microsoft earnings. A lot of shorts during pre-market going down, 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 down. But look at this blue line. This consolidation down here during this blue line. This blue now is coming from the daily. Blue lines are daily levels, and it's, look at this. It's this level that is being held. This close on the trend line is being bought up. So even though we are super red due to Microsoft earnings, we are pushing higher. This bottoming tail is looking quite interesting. If this bottoming tail closes today above this blue dot line that is last week high, I think we are in a good shape. It's just a matter of pullback, and be careful because after market close today, we have Tesla earnings. Tesla is also super analyzed, so be careful because maybe they do well, but the guidance is also bad, and with Microsoft doing the same, Microsoft and Tesla might tank the market. So manage your positions, adjust your expectations, and be careful because earnings are starting to show up. So be careful with that. What else is important? I think it's important to highlight the fact that dollar is still, well, flat. So nothing else coming from here, but look at yields. Yields are pulling back. All the yields were deep in the red today, minus 1, minus 0.8, minus 0.7, as you can see. But if we check the 10-year, it's actually going higher. So the 10-year, the long-term yield is going higher. So people are thinking that maybe the economy is not that bad, and in the long term, they are willing to invest. In the long term, it's going lower due to earnings, but I think we are not that bad. We have to wait for all the tech stocks to report earnings to have a clear picture about the situation on the Nasdaq. But in terms of bonds, they are just holding. They are not going higher, so the situation is not that bad. And I think we are decently holding pretty well. As I was mentioning, Microsoft is 2% since the open. Well, we gap down a lot, but this move is honestly quite surprising. It's quite impressive. Look at this. This is super bullish. If we remove this was support lines. Well, we have this. We'll have to wait. Yeah. I'm going to turn this resistance, and these two trend lines were quite respected. So Apple is more or less holding. We are all in the red, but it's all matter of perspective. We were gapping down due to Microsoft and the expectations on Tesla, but since the open, we are holding quite well. So don't get too confident, shorts, bears, because I think this is something to watch out, something to be careful. What else I would like to mention? Finally, crude oil, well, is pushing 1.20% on the day. Look at this. We are knocking on this door. We are knocking on this pivot. We were trying to break out. We got this triple flat top at 82. And remember that yesterday I mentioned in my video that the Strategic Petroleum Reserve from US said that they are again willing to pay to buy petroleum barrels at 80. So this acted as support, and if you can see, the low of this candle was 79.45. So if US is basically replenishing the barrels, the reserve at 80, I think it's only a matter of time to go up. And if energy starts pushing, watch out for inflation. Final look to the Nasdaq to see if we are still holding. Well, pre-market pivot was actually here. We have a pivot here. Let's take a look to the 5-minute. Yeah, I think this is the important spot. The important spot for today is this blue dot line, the last week high. We need to hold that in order for, from a technical standpoint, to be in a good shape on this higher low. So I'm going to watch that. I'm still bullish, and I think Tesla has the key for that to happen. Look at this. Tesla is pushing from the lows to the highs 3.75%. I mean, today's moves are wild. It's not that they are in the red, but you have to take into account the gap down. So if you take the intraday moves are really wild, really strong. So notice that. That's super interesting. And this kind of move shows that Tesla investors are willing to get confident on Tesla earnings. So after market close, we will see today if Tesla pushes the Nasdaq to last week high. That would be super, super nice to have. So as always, that's all from my side. Thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Remember that I upload new videos every single day for market podcasts, market updates, and market recap. I appreciate your time. As always, please support the channel. I'm putting a lot of effort on these daily videos. So please support the channel in order to grow. And remember that the trading day is not over yet. Anything can happen in the market. That's why discipline and risk management are key for your success. Stay safe, everyone, and remember Tesla earnings after market close.